Hello, good morning, students. Today we will discuss about mechanics of machine. We all know the mechanics means analysis of forces. So that mechanics of machining means during machining, what are the forces acting on the tool chip interface? Before that, there are some assumptions. So the first assumption is tool is perfectly sharp and has no contact along the clearance because if the tool face contact with the clearances, then there is a rubbing action. So that this is our first assumption. The second assumption is the surface where the shear is occurring is a plane because it is a perfect plane. Otherwise, we cannot analyze the force as the idle case. Next, the chip does not flow to either side or there is no spread out of chip. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this line? Chip is flowing only the rake surface, only the one direction. If the chip is flowing in the other direction, so that there is a chances of other type of forces acting on it, so that we can assume that chip is flowing in a particular direction, what is rake surface. Next, uncut chip thickness is constant. We all know chip thickness is always constant. Uncut thickness, the value of the uncut chip thickness is always constant. Width of the tool is larger than the width of the work because this is a orthogonal cutting, so that the definition of orthogonal cutting is also says that width of the tool is always larger than the width of the job, and the cutting edge of the cutting tool is always perpendicular to the direction of motion or direction of cutting velocity vector. Next, a continuous chip is produced without build-up edge because build-up edge is a effect which reduce the performance of the tool. So this point is very vital. Next, work moves with uniform velocity, cutting velocity. Work moves with uniform cutting velocity vector Vc. Next, stress on the sharpener are uniformly distributed. Why it is included here? Because the stress distribution is uniformly distributed throughout the tool chip interface or along the shear plane. Otherwise, there is a chances of stress concentration. So that this point is very vital. The last one is cutting should be orthogonal. What I already told that the cutting is orthogonal. Another important point is tool is the chip is act, acts as a perfectly rigid body. Otherwise, we cannot analyze all types of forces acting on the tool chip interface. Now we go for a analysis of mechanics of machine. First of all, what are the basic type of forces acting on it? Let's draw a tool chip interface. This is the tool chip interface. First of all, on the chip, there is a frictional force between chip and tool, which is acted along the tool chip interface. We draw segmented view of chip. Along the tool chip interface, there is a frictional force, that is F. F is frictional force. Another force is normal to the F force, that is normal force along perpendicular to the F. There is a resultant force acting on the chip, that is R. Angle between normal force and resultant force is frictional angle eta. Now come to this picture. This is velocity vector. Along the velocity vector, there is a cutting force. Along the shear plane, there is a shear force. Okay. Now, these are the forces acting on the tool chip interface. Now, draw a